There's a moment every performer dreads, the one where the crowd stops cheering and starts whispering, "Isn't he too old for this?" Nobody wants to see their favorite star struggle.
I could talk the day after the surgery. I just sounded...
Never seems so good. Michael Tom Morello, who organized all the band.
Finally, I stopped singing because I thought it really wasn't fair to charge people money to see me bark.
These legends made stadiums shake and turned songs into memories people carried for years. But performance is brutal. It demands breath, timing, movement.
Because long after we're gone, those songs will live in perpetuity.
Toodaloo. 10 best nominations.
And a body that still listens. When age starts winning, the stage can suddenly feel a little too honest. And our first legend turns that fear into something painfully real.
And I don't know what to say, man. I've been laid up for like fucking 6 years. And it's so, you've got no idea how your support over the years has made it all possible for us to live a lifestyle we live. Thank you from the bottom of our heart.
For Ozzy Osbourne, the final goodbye came with one painful truth. By 2025, Parkinson's had changed what his body could do, but not the part of him still desperate for one last roar. That is what makes this so heavy. Nobody is watching for perfect moves anymore. They are watching sheer stubbornness, the kind that says time may have taken plenty, but it is not taking this moment too. At least he knew it was goodbye. The next case got uglier fast. A 90-year-old star kept returning, and fans began asking one brutal question. Who was choosing this? Frankie Valli had spent decades making crowds move. Then his later shows went viral for all the wrong reasons. People stopped debating the songs and started studying the man at the center of them. What made it uncomfortable was not one bad note. It was the gap between the legend fans remembered and what they felt now. Once people noticed it, they could not unsee it. Then the internet went into detective mode. Every pause became evidence. Every small gesture became a warning sign. Some fans suspected pressure, while Frankie insisted the choice was his, and performing still made him happy. That answer poured gasoline on the debate. When does concern become disrespect and loyalty become denial? One rock icon dodged that whole mess brilliantly. He grabbed the age jokes first and made everyone else late.
Ladies and gentlemen, lead singer and songwriter for the Rolling Stones and one of the most influential figures in rock and roll, the legendary Mick Jagger. Thank you very much.
I see a red door and I want to paint it black. No colors anymore, I want them to turn black. I see the girls walk by, just in their summer clothes.
Back in 2012, Mick Jagger brought Letterman a top 10 list about getting old in rock and roll. The strategy was obvious. He knew the jokes were coming, so he got there first.
I don't deserve it, but thank you. Thank you. Nobody wants to hear anything from your new album.
All right. Number 9.
Never take relationship advice from Phil Spector.
Right.
That is why the bit lands. No desperate speech about still feeling 20. No bruised ego. He treats decades of touring like one giant inside joke, even though most people would need a nap hearing his schedule.
You don't earn a cent when someone does a song about having moves like Jagger.
That's right.
Stand up when your whole world is black. No more will my green sea go turn a deeper.
Everybody you meet after you become famous is only interested in you as a person. Wow. A good way to keep yourself entertained is to sign every 10th autograph Doris Goldblatt.
Hey, look.
I see people turn their heads and quickly look away.
And the joke has teeth because he still refuses to act retired. He can laugh about slowing down while looking completely uninterested in doing it. That is a luxury age does not hand to everyone.
Number 2.
You can't always get what you want, like a good joke on the top 10 list.
That's right.
I've tried, I can't get through. I can't get through. When I'm already in my car, and a man comes on the radio.
You start out playing rock and roll so you can have sex and do drugs, but you end up doing drugs so you can still play rock and roll and have sex.
But swagger can only bully the calendar for so long. The next goodbye had no joke to hide behind, no clever escape route, and one final London night that felt heavy before anyone even said farewell.
What can you see so clearly now that all my
By the final Genesis show, Phil Collins did not need a big speech. The real shock was how little pretending remained. This was not someone selling the fantasy that nothing had changed.
Sir, can you help me? It's cold and I don't know where to sleep. Is there somewhere you can tell me? He walks on, doesn't get a night. Oh Lord. Well, I've been waiting for this moment all my life. Oh Lord.
And that honesty stings. He is not chasing some younger version of himself. He is working with what remains, while thousands quietly understand they may never share this kind of moment with him again.
Fading away, you've been far from me, days and nights with no baby, I will stay with you, just one single tear, I see you away, I can say that the night is long, but you are here, so close at hand, you know that I better focus smile to get to me. 'Cause I heard doesn't show that the pain still grows, so stranger to you and me. Stay with me, just one single tear, I see.
That is where this topic gets uncomfortable. Fans always demand one more tour, one more song, one more reunion. Eventually, you wonder whether the artist is giving the crowd a gift or paying for it.
Single tear, I see you, I will follow you. Follow me all the days and nights that I will be, I will stay with you, will stay.
Then came a farewell with a darker secret. He was 95, living with Alzheimer's, and nearing the end. On paper, heartbreaking. Then the music started, and everything shifted completely.
Glory that was Rome is of another day. Well, I was terribly alone and forgotten in...
At Radio City Music Hall in 2021, Tony Bennett entered his final live chapter. That should have made everything feel fragile. Instead, music seemed to unlock something the illness had somehow missed.
I left my heart in San Francisco, high on a hill. It called to beware little cable cars. Climb halfway to the stars. The morning fog.
That is why this feels different from simple decline. You are not watching someone chase the past. You are catching flashes of it. almost like the performer still knows a secret the illness cannot reach.
San Francisco. Above the blue. And when they see, when I come home to you, San Francisco, your golden sun will shine for me. That's why the lady is a tramp. She likes the free and fresh wind in her hair.
Suddenly, age stops looking final. It can steal almost everything and still leave one stubborn spark alive. Then the next legend adds rhinestones and laughs straight in retirement's face.
Time soon. All right, so 60 Minutes Australia just profiled Dolly, and they asked her if she has any plans to retire.
By 2020, Dolly Parton was 74, and people were already asking when she might slow down. Her answer had zero funeral energy. No sad farewell talk. Just pure Dolly, refusing to let strangers schedule her ending.
Well, I don't plan to retire. I just turned 74, and I plan to be on the cover of Playboy magazine again. See, I did Playboy magazine years ago. I thought it'd be such a hoot if they'll go for it. I don't know if they will. If I could be on the cover, again when I'm 75.
Did you remember a song of mine called Jolene?
Let's sing about her.
Take my man, but you don't know what he means to me. Jolene, 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 Jolene. Please don't take him just because you can.
That confidence is almost rude, in the best way. She makes retirement sound like somebody else's problem. Then the joke dies instantly because growing older suddenly becomes painfully public.
Throughout the night, we've seen highlights of the 10 best nominated for best.
You have to understand the way I am. A tiger is a tiger, not a lamb. You'll never turn the
At the 2022 Oscars, what should have been another glossy presenting moment carried a different weight. Everyone was celebrating Liza Minnelli, but underneath the applause sat a truth nobody needed explained.
It's so funny. You see them? Yeah. The public, they love you.
Oh yes, but now what I don't understand.
Oh, fair, but now it's over. And though I used to care, I need the open air. You're better off without me, my hair. Don't have it.
What makes it powerful is not the struggle itself. It is the care around it. Gaga never turns support into pity, never steals focus, and never lets a fragile moment become a spectacle.
You know how I love working with legends.
Oh, my baby.
And I'm honored to present the final award of the evening with a true show business legend. The 50th anniversary of Cabaret. Oscar award-winning actress, Liza Minnelli.
Start spreading the news. I'm leaving today.
Now we're going to show you something else, and then
We're going to
tell
tell
you
you
who
the
it
nominees
is.
are right now.
Oh, good. I got you.
That quiet protection says more than any speech could. Then the mood flips. Another legend had already stepped away after a serious diagnosis, until one famous chorus cracked the door open again. By 2022, Neil Diamond had retired from touring after revealing his Parkinson's diagnosis. So this was never about a giant comeback. The thrill was simpler and maybe stronger. Fans were grateful to get anything at all.
Where it began, didn't begin to know, but then I know it's growing on. Wasn't the spring, and the spring became the summer. Who'd have believed you'd come along?
That is why the moment lands. Decades of history sit inside one song. Nobody needs the old tour machine back. Nobody needs perfection. The connection is already there, waiting for one familiar spark.
Where it began, I can't begin to know, but then I know it's growing strong. One spring became the summer. Who'd have believed you'd come along? Hands reaching out, touching me, touching you, sweet. I've been inclined to believe they never would, but now
For a moment, illness loses the story. Memory wins. Then comes something crueler. No chorus, no comeback, no second chance. The voice that built her life simply stops obeying.
Finally, I stopped singing because I thought it really wasn't fair to charge people money to see me bark.
For Linda Ronstadt, this was not about bad reviews or one ugly night on stage. It was far more final. One of music's greatest voices reached a point where effort could not fix the problem.
What is wrong with you?
Well, I was standing on stage trying to sing and I couldn't, and I kept, I do my vocal exercises before I go on the show, start the show, and they used to make me get really into a good voice, and somehow it wasn't happening. I was struggling with pitch, I didn't have any color that I could bring into my voice. I got to the point where I was basically really shouting and barking. And I said, there's something working fine. Well, it turned out I had Parkinson's disease. And of course, with Parkinson's disease, there's nothing wrong with the muscle, but there's no phone lines between your brain and the muscle, so you can't get...
And that is what makes her honesty hurt. A singer can spend decades hearing the voice is their gift, identity, and reason for being there. Then one day, the thing that carried everything simply refuses to come along.
Comes along that you may not be at or near your best?
Well, I never know what's going to happen to my brain. I used to have a really good memory, and I could just read something and I could just give it back to you verbatim. My dad had a great memory, my grandfather had a great memory. But with Parkinson's, my memory is not so good. So I'll struggle for things like a name or I struggle for a word, and that really bothers me because I love words and I play with words, but sometimes they just run away and hide and I can't find them.
What, do you sing at all now? Do you sing yourself in the shower?
I don't sing in the shower. That's how I knew I couldn't sing, because I used to always sing. I would sing in the car and I would sing walking down the street and I was singing in the shower. And I did a lot of internal singing, like little tiny singing that you wouldn't even be able to hear, but I would be, and I don't even do that anymore because I just don't have those colors.
Follow up on that. Was there a time when you were swept up in drugs, partying, steamy relationships, and so forth?
I don't know about the steamy relationships. I wasn't much of a partier. What I really liked to do, and I never liked drugs, I have to say. I tried everything. Well, I didn't try everything. I tried several drugs. I didn't try injectables. I wasn't interested in psychedelics. And if I did cocaine, it just made me really nervous. You know, it made my nose bleed. So I thought, what?
Handle that.
Well, I swore a lot. I started swearing a lot.
Linda, you should get married. You can have any man in the world.
No, I couldn't have. You know, it always looks like there's a line at the front door, but really it's not. What is it? In the beginner's mind, there are many choices. In the Zen mind, there is only one. That's an old Zen koan. You know, there's a bunch of guys that want you. I don't know if what they want.
You never thought about getting married?
Well, maybe when I was 3 and wanted a wedding dress. I don't know.
No flashy collapse, which somehow makes it worse. Just a legend naming the loss plainly. Then the warning explodes onto a farewell tour, where sheer desire crashes into physical damage.
I can lie awake just to hear you breathing. Watch you smile while you.
Aerosmith launched the Peace Out Tour in 2023 determined to control the ending. One final run, one last victory lap. A goodbye chosen by them, not forced on them by age. That was the plan. And nothing about Aerosmith ever suggested a gentle exit. They were still selling danger, noise, and excess. The whole point was to make goodbye feel less like retirement and more like one final act of bad behavior. Then reality hit hard. Steven Tyler's vocal problems forced postponements, and eventually touring ended. The farewell meant to prove they still had it, became proof that the body gets a vote too. That is why the footage stings now. Every push feels heavier, because we know the ending. They were still chasing one more run, one more roar, while the future was closing in around them. That is every aging frontman's nightmare. The hunger is still there, but the instrument fights back. Then one rock star faced rare surgery, and admitted what most legends bury.
I could talk the day after the surgery. I just sounded like the Godfather. It takes some retraining of the mind and the body and then the spirit, and you just have to be patient. I did not excel in the patience category. I'm not Superman. It's just a tattoo that I have on my arm. Part of the human experiment is that you just have to try to stay focused and keep moving forward. But it doesn't mean that, you know, life's over because I'm 62. I mean, God, Mick Jagger's still doing this at 80.
By 2024, Jon Bon Jovi was speaking openly about vocal cord surgery and the question hanging over his future. What gives it bite is simple. He knows old songs come with old expectations.
Don't doubt that I can't sing anymore. This isn't the situation of the singer who's lost his voice. But during this recovery, my goal is to do 2.5 hours a night, 4 nights a week. And, you know, I am not going to go out there and give less than 110%.
That honesty cuts deeper than one bad performance. He still wants the stage. Of course he does, but wanting it is easy. The terrifying part is asking whether his body can still deliver what fans paid to hear.
Having exhausted every possible new technology, homeopathic, even consulting with several doctors along the way, I settled upon this surgery, which is not common, and made the decision that it was worth doing because it is my desire to reach for excellence. Look, you know, there was a period where I was repulsed by some of those pictures where I'd get very defensive. And now I can look back on them and say, yep, you know, guilty as charged. That was me. Those were my baby pictures. And, you know, and then I would, you know, ask that you show me yours. Because chances are, you know, if you were alive at the time, you looked the same. You dressed the same as we were. But fortunately, I'm still here to tell the tale, as opposed to trying to look like I was 21 or 25 again at 62. That would be the embarrassment. I'm much more able to write about who and what I am in and of this moment. Songwriting is the closest thing to immortality than any of us will ever know. Because long after we're gone, those songs will live in perpetuity. That's the gift that God gives you back for the hard work. Because how many people have made Tommy and Gina about them? You know, and It's My Life and songs like that about them. It's my... Because they trusted me to take them on this ride. And that I feel indebted to. So it is my hope that I didn't let anyone down.
The where is the line? Is fighting on brave, or is stopping braver? Then an 80-year-old Beatle walks onto one of music's biggest stages and wrecks the argument completely. At Glastonbury in 2022, Paul McCartney made history as the oldest solo headliner on the Pyramid stage. He was 80. 55 years after All You Need Is Love, he was still creating giant moments.
Inside peaceful, sit inside forever. Never seeing no one nice again. If I ever get out of here, so I'm getting it on the way. To residentially, I think it's a party if I ever get out of here.
That is what makes Paul such a problem for this topic. the world changes. Bodies age. Voices shift. Yet some performers still know how to make thousands forget every bit of that for a little while.
Love you, Dave. Thanks, man. We all love you. Hey, people. Fly all your life. You're only waiting for this moment to rise. Blackbirds fly. Blackbirds fly into the light of the dark.
And that is where this gets brutal. Some legends know when to leave. Others keep chasing one more song, one more crowd, one more chance to prove the magic is still there. Sometimes it works, sometimes it hurts, and sometimes the audience is left wondering whether they just watched courage, denial, or both at once. Because the real danger is not age. It is one final chapter rewriting the whole legacy. One bad night can undo 50 good years. One shaky performance can turn a beloved icon into tomorrow's cruelest headline before the applause fades.
You start out playing rock and roll so you can have sex and do drugs.
Linda, you should get married. You can have any man in the world.
Glory that was Rome.
So where do you draw the line? Should a legend stop before the cracks become the memory, or keep going until they decide the story is over? And which moment hit you hardest? The one that made you cheer, the one that made you worry, or the one that was almost too painful to watch? Drop your favorite in the comments. And if you enjoy seeing the real, awkward, and unforgettable side of Hollywood, hit like, subscribe, and stick around for the next one.